welcome back to On Shelf Gaming. We're in the Forest Temple. That's where all the trees live.
Yeah.
That's where they worship their tree god.
And now we get to listen to what I think is the worst track in this game.
It's not one of my favorites.
Because
so it's really interesting to me, because, like, the Forest Temple is generally regarded, obviously not, like, unanimously, but generally seems to be regarded as one of the best temples in the game.
Really?
Yeah, I hate the Forest Temple.
Yeah, this temple fucking sucks.
This was the only temple as a kid that I was like, man, this might be as bad as the Water Temple.
See, I didn't like this temple as a kid because it was dark and scary and had ghosts.
I mean, that's fair too.
And I was a giant fucking baby.
That is true. I've seen the pictures. You were a very large baby.
Yeah.
Man, speaking of really large babies, like 5 years ago, one of my coworkers, who isn't my coworker anymore, had their son.
Uh-huh.
And so he's 5 years old now, as you tend to be when 5 years have passed since your birth.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, he is like as big as a 10-year-old.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, he's always been big. When he was born, he was wearing like 3-month clothes.
Dang.
At a year, he was the size of a 2-year-old. At 2, he was at least 3.
Hell yeah.
It's really funny. Not ha-ha funny, especially for her. I'm sure she got tired of hearing it. But because he was so big and he looked so much older than he is, when he wasn't yet old enough to talk, people would try to talk to him and expect him to talk back. And she's like, oh, he can't talk yet. And they're like, oh, is he, like, delayed? And it's like, no.
No,
he's like 9 months old.
Yeah, he's just big for his age, you fucking weirdo.
God, he's huge.
Hell yeah.
I kept joking with her that by the time he was 5 and ready to go to school, he'd be bigger than her.
Yeah.
And I wasn't right, but I wasn't entirely wrong.
I can't believe your ex-coworker's kid is the reincarnation of Andre the Giant.
Fortunately, I don't think it's quite that severe.
Yet. You're gonna see it in the newspaper eventually that, like, he's gonna be Andre the Giant sized.
God, I hope not, for her sake. She can't afford to pay for that. There's a lot of food costs involved with feeding Andre the Giant-sized people.
Yeah. I don't know, it'll work out.
That's true, he can be a freak show on the WWE. Work for Andre.
Yeah.
Of course, I kind of expect you to be able to wrestle now, which I didn't really worry about so much back then.
True. But I feel like he would have been a mean wrestler.
Andre?
Yeah, like if he had to actually wrestle, since you just said that it wasn't as big of a thing when he was during his career.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he'd be a big powerhouse, throwing people around.
I mean, yeah. Well, he did do that. I don't know. You need a little more than that in 2024 to succeed in wrestling, usually.
Yeah. And I'm saying that he could probably do it, because he was also an actor, kind of.
Maybe. Maybe he could have. I don't know. Where is that one machine that Professor Farnsworth made that tells you the answers to questions?
Yeah, the what-if machine?
Yeah. There's a guy in here.
Yeah.
I gotta find him or Crandon's gonna yell at me.
I don't care.
Crandon's gonna be like, why the fuck? And I'll be like, I'm sorry, Crandon.
Oh, hey,
Don't beat me again.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna be like, it's too late, I've already got out the belt.
It's clobbering time. Yeah, I wear a belt now.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the last, like, several years.
Oh, hell yeah. I didn't notice.
Well, normally I don't wear jeans when I come over to hang out because I fucking hate jeans.
That's fair. I also never wear jeans anymore.
I used to make fun of that kid in Pokemon who was like, shorts are comfy and easy to wear. And now I'm like, man, shorts are comfy and easy to wear.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, though. You right.
You know, when I'm right, I'm right.
And you are right.
You know it.
Man, speaking of things that are right, let's talk about politics. So how do you feel about the current U.S. foreign policy objectives in the East Asian continent?
I'm not honestly educated enough on what the United States is doing in East Asia.
Damn.
I'm currently only caught up with the conflict in the Middle East.
Damn. can't believe you just admit live on TV that you don't know anything about anything.
I mean, I'm an American.
Shit, you're right. We already knew. Me too, though. I don't keep up with
Like, I have
stuff.
been fortunate to see, you know, as much information that I have about the current struggle in the Middle East, and to have an opinion on it, which, you know, I'll hold.
Damn, bro. That's probably for the best.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I could say a bunch of things right now, but it's just like, then Eric would be like, God damn it, bro.
Yeah. Man, I hate it when you talk about politics on the show. Anyway, abortion, am I right?
Yeah. It should be accessible to anybody who needs or wants one.
Exactly. Why can't I get an abortion, Joe Biden?
Yeah.
I deserve it just like everybody else.
Was it here, or were we at the place where I made that joke that I stole from Twitter, where Joe Biden constantly tweets like he doesn't know who the president is?
You said that while we were at the restaurant earlier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
It is.
Every time he makes a fucking tweet, it's like, this shouldn't be happening. And it's like, I mean, maybe talk to the guy in the mirror.
Yeah. I don't know, though, because that's one of those things where, like, because people are so quick to place all blame for everything on the president. And don't get me wrong, the president has a lot of power. Joe Biden should be doing more for numerous different things than what he's doing. And part of the reason he's not doing them is just because he doesn't support the things.
Yeah.
He's paying lip service to stuff that he doesn't actually believe, and that's why he's not going to do it.
Yeah. That and he's...
Which is kind of just one of those things that happens with presidents. Like, I'm not saying that he's, like, explicitly extra bad or anything for that specifically. But... like, also people are like, people want one person who can be at fault for problems. And it's like, oh no. Those problems run way deeper than that, unfortunately, which is why it's not as easy as just vote for the right guy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in a perfect world for me, in 2016, instead of Clinton Trump, we'd had Sanders Trump, and then Sanders would have won, and then Trump would have probably dropped dead shortly thereafter of shock when he lost. And, you know, things would have been fine. But it's not like that would have fixed everything.
Right.
Like, I agree with lots of Bernie Sanders' ideas. Not everything by any stretch of the imagination. He's still a politician. Like, he's a lot closer than Clinton, Trump, or Biden.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, it would not magically fix everything if he were in charge. I don't have a key!
Yeah, you should have gone to the waterway.
Yeah. Well, and I thought that's where I was going, and then it wasn't, and I was like, well, I'm already here, so maybe it'll all work out, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing in life would ever just work out for me. It's always got to be more difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah. But, no, I agree. Like, I also wonder about the timeline where it was Sanders v. Trump, and Sanders pulls out the win, if there would have been as much, if the continual radicalization of the boomers would have been as, like, severe as it became.
Honestly, it might have been even worse. It depends on exactly what happened. But, like, let's be real, because Bernie Sanders is a socialist. He says as much.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know for sure that I would describe myself as a socialist. Because, like, unlike lots of people I know, I don't just inherently hate everything about capitalism. I think it has good points and bad points, and I think the key issue that we keep running into with it is the part where people want it to have no regulation at all, thinking that that's going to make things better, and all it does is make it easier and easier for people to funnel money up to the top and never drop it back down again.
Yeah.
And so I think without having to literally take over everything, if you put a reasonable degree of regulation in for things, and not just stupid arbitrary regulation, but like actual regulation, it would probably assist a bunch of problems. But like, no matter what he did, he might inadvertently poison that idea forever as being socialist. Because like some things, of course, like if he pushed for for like universal health care. Like, yeah, that is literally just socialism.
Yeah. Universal basic income.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's like, yeah, of course that is a socialistic policy. It's like, but let's say that like he pushes stuff that's not even economically related. So it's got nothing to do with if he's socialist or not. Like if there was a President Bernie Sanders and he was pushing for stricter protections for like trans people and stuff like that. Like, you do run the risk of inadvertently like damaging the movement even further by being like, see, this is what socialists want. Therefore, this particular thing is also socialist.
See, that's something else that I feel would be different if we'd had a better education system.
Oh, yeah. Well, if they hadn't spent every year from 1945 until 2024 saying, oh, yeah, socialism is just communism, and communism is like the ultimate evil.
Yeah.
Probably would have a little bit better reputation.
I think you're just going to have to crawl by that guy.
It's impossible, though, bro!
It's not.
It can't be done!
It can be. You just have to be gooder.
But I'm not gooder enough.
Yeah, you are. Look.
I can't do it.
You literally just... I mean, that would have been really funny if you'd have just, like, rolled back off the edge.
Yeah, it would have, but I was worried I wouldn't be able to do it a second time.
But yeah, you know, there are many issues. Many things.
True. Man, remember the good old days when you thought that politicians had people's best interests in heart? Back before we went to school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even while I was in school, but like those last couple of years in high school when you know, you're finally that much closer to becoming quote unquote a fully fledged adult and you see the world around you and you're like, man, politicians fucking suck.
They do.
Like, they might claim they have your back, but they're really just like inadvertently at some point they'll end up in the pocket of someone who wants to drive a specific agenda.
Oh, yeah.
That's counterintuitive to helping, you know, the common man. Which
no, absolutely
is why I think it's so fucking funny that ending that is the ending that is Malcolm in the Middle.
Well, admittedly.
And for those of you that don't know, spoilers for the end of Malcolm in the Middle. I saw a clip because I've never watched Malcolm in the Middle to completion. I don't like sitcoms really. But just that in the final moments of the show, Malcolm's mom admits to having made Malcolm's life harder so that he would become the president, but also remember the common working man because he would have worked his way to it instead of having a silver spoon in his mouth.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, what if I don't want to be the president? And what if I can't be it? And she just looks at him and says, tell me you can't. And he just looks at her like, God damn it, you're right.
Yeah. God, I hated that show.
I kind of want to watch it.
Do it, bro. Do it, and then tell me why I should watch it, and I still won't. But
I mean, I'll probably get 5 or 6 episodes in and go, man,
this really is just a sitcom.
Yeah, it's got funny moments like some sitcoms, but like...
No. As someone who loves sitcoms, sort of, I don't know. I don't... Because, like, binging TV is, like, the popular format now. And it is so for, like, old sitcoms and stuff, too. It's just like, man, you know, like... It's like... I like Full House. It's a good show. It's not a great show, necessarily, but it's a good show. You know, I would sit down and watch an episode of Full House, even right now in 2024. Would I binge an entire season of Full House? Probably not.
See... I've been learning to deal with, like, the whole idea of binge culture when it comes to stuff. And I've found the way that I get my maximum enjoyment out of watching stuff is I watch 2 or 3 episodes at a time. And that's for like a 23 to 25 minute show.
Right.
If it's a 45 minute to an hour, I'm probably going to watch one.
Right. See, for me, it really just depends on, like, what it is. Because, like, when I watched My Hero for the first time, I watched all of season 1, which admittedly is only 13 episodes long. But I watched all of season 1 in a 2-day period.
Oh.
And then I watched all of season 2, like, that same week, also in a 2-day period.
Okay.
And season 2 is twice as long. And, like, I don't normally do that. Granted, I don't normally watch TV at all.
Right.
So that's part of the reason. But, like, so for that, you know, it just, watching all that in a row, you know, it just feels right, because it's an active story that is going on.
Right.
But, like, with sitcoms, there's no active story. It's mostly, I mean, there's the in-episode story.
Right.
But for the most part, anything else is just like a passive story. Because it's like if you watch The Nanny, like the overarching plot is that eventually Fran and whatever the fuck that guy's name is, who is her boss, get married.
Okay.
Over the course of however many episodes. Like, I think they get married at the end of the second to last season. Or something like that. Or maybe it's during the last season. I don't remember. But either way, the point is, it takes a long-ass time, and it's not like they're always working towards that.
Right.
And so it's like, trying to watch a bunch of a show that is not going anywhere. I'm just like, okay, you know, it was funny. You know, I enjoyed watching an episode. But I wish I was just waiting for next Thursday for the next new episode to come out.
Yeah.
Instead of watching episode after episode after episode.
I get you. And I think that's why I try and do like 2 or 3 episodes at a time. That way I can have more time to digest storylines or non sequitur pieces.
Right.
For what they are. I fucking hate this mini boss.
Oh yeah. These
Oh, you
guys are
didn't
not
kill
my
the
favorite.
you didn't kill the guy who's kind of hard to fight fast enough. The other guy, there he goes doing the thing.
Yeah.
He just fucking gets right back up, and it's like, fuck you.
Oops, I'm dead.
Don't worry, you've got 2 fairies
I know. That's why I wasn't worried about it.
and some milk. Get this boy some milk.
Man, fucking love milk. It's great.
Yeah, it is.
And he's dead.
Except
so
that I
it's not
don't
gonna
drink
kill
it
the other guy.
anymore.
Brutal. You should. It's great. It's really good for you. It's the
Yeah.
best for you, actually. They had a whole ad campaign about it.
They sure did. Milk, have some?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I remember it. You even got the cadence right, I think.
Yeah.
Ah, you whorebags.
I told you, like, this is my least favorite mini-boss setup.
I know, but I don't normally have this much issue. I swear this doesn't happen.
I mean, it's because you're trying to also do commentary.
No, it's because I suck at games, and I suck at life, and I wish that I had never been born, because I didn't deserve the gift of life that is definitely a gift and not a curse.
Buddy, it's 2024. Find something new to say.
No!
Find a new way to be self-deprecating.
Fine. I'm ugly and unfunny.
That's not true.
Terrible to be around. Super
No.
obnoxious.
Listen, BLG invited you to their home.
They did.
And also want you to move closer to them.
They do.
They find you desirable.
Way closer. They want me to move into their basement.
Yeah.
Which admittedly sounds like a really good idea, in a way.
Yeah.
But also involves moving really far away into someone's basement.
It sure does. Which, I mean, like, I don't know. I've definitely considered it and am considering it more.
You slut.
You slut bucket.
Man, is that a bucket for sluts? Or, like, made out of sluts?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I took that from you.
Probably. That is what you usually do. Steal everything from the talented actor.
With your things like Noodle Poodle and Slut Bucket and
Yeah.
gonna fight you in the non-denominational game store next year.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah!
it's a shame that you used all your Deku Nuts, because they're really effective against the ghosts.
Yeah, well, I don't have them anymore, so...
I know you used them all.
I know, I just said I don't have them anymore, so
Are those pots right there?
Yeah, they are.
Good to know.
You know what they don't have in them, probably? Nuts.
You're right. This is why you shouldn't listen to me. And should just let me, like, suffer.
Yeah, but I try to not just let other people suffer. When people are suffering, I want to help, kind of, depending on what the issue is.
Yeah. Meow. Hey, you got BAMs.
We did it. We killed a man.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Falicimos.
Man, when are we going to record this show, the Secret Project show, so that we can put it out on the internet, so that we can tell people about it?
I don't know, man. It's going to be just you and me, so...
What? It's not going to be just you and me.
Yeah, but, like, Ian did not watch any and does not plan to. Casey did not watch any.
And did plan to, but probably won't. Sacred also kind of planned to, but probably won't.
Yeah, so
It'll be fine. It'll still be fun.
It'll just be you and me doing a podcast for an hour as we talk about these things.
I doubt it.
I mean, I feel like it's the way to go.
Nah. This is why you're not the professional internet content creator extraordinaire.
And then we can start our podcast, which is On the Pod.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, you laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I did literally laugh, kind of.
Listen, I have a want and a need to stick with our shelf-themed.
Yeah,
That's why...
you took the shelf out. Unlike myself, who would have left the shelf in and just called it Shelfcast.
Yeah, Shelfcast is good. But, like, with a food show that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
On the pantry shelf.
Yeah.
Which,
Man,
I mean,
we really got to start that.
Yeah.
The year's almost halfway over.
Yeah. And those chips aren't getting any fresher.
True.
I want you to experience the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity with Bacon IHOP pancake maple syrup chips.
God.
I felt really vindicated when Good Mythical Morning ate them on a gut check or whatever the fuck they call that shit.
And they liked it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they liked it in the same way that I did, where they're terrible, but you can't stop eating them.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all, actually.
They're so bizarre because they taste like what the bag says. They taste like Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity IHOP pancakes with bacon. And
yeah, but I wouldn't want that.
It's bizarre because it's like, oh, they're so gross, but like...
They're so gross, but I can't eat away.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I found in life that if you're willing to do weird food experiments, you'll probably, like... Oh, you didn't go get the other key.
You'll probably be happier.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was another key.
Yeah, we have to go fix the other hallway, don't we? Which lets us jump down into the room with that puts us on the ledge.
Yeah, eventually. But first, we can go this way.
No. Because the door is locked with a key. Which you don't have.
No, I didn't see that. Shit, bro, this door's locked with a key, but I don't have. We gotta go back.
Yeah, we gotta go back to the first hallway and untangle it.
God. What if it's not tangled? What if it's just
Frozen?
That's the inverse of a joke we told in the 100 subscriber special. The first time On the Shelf Gaming reached 100 subscribers, which On the Shelf Gaming has officially surpassed 100 subscribers.
Hey, bro, I don't want to alarm you, but I don't know when my stopwatch stopped going, so I don't know how long this episode has been.
Next time on the Shelf Gaming.